Good evening! Welcome to the Legends of Valcia, episode 20? Episode 20.
Wow.
For people who use base 10 systems, that's like momentous or something. I am Llama Chomp. I will be playing Harbeck Iron Fist, the mighty dwarven monk. Above me is Eversor.
Hi, I'm Eversor. I'll be playing Brieg, the more than a wee bit insane gnome.
Above him is Babs.
And above me...
Hello, I'm Babs. I'll be playing Dinblade, the ranger that was raised by wolves.
Across the way is Flick.
And I will be playing Tabrin, the warlock of impulsiveness.
And in the top corner, the man who cannot be described accurately by any adjective, Lolash.
I am both benevolent and malevolent. I am the DM. I provide you with all of the stabby things, but also all of the loot the stabby things drop. So, you know, I'm that friend that you keep around because I'm useful, but you don't really want me to be there. I'm that guy. And we're gonna be playing some D&D today. I'm the DM. For those who couldn't work that out, I'm the DM. Who wants to do our recap? Our 16 or 17 day recap, because we did change the night we normally stream on. Who wants to? Babs is not it. Let's go with, you know what? I'm gonna do the recap.
good. Maybe it'll be accurate this time.
So rarely. And maybe we'll be on top of things. So at the beginning of last session, you were in the Temple of Alisar. You just fled from the underground temple where you had recovered what you believe to be one of the Okdrast, the Godstones. After acquiring that particular Godstone, there were a whole bunch of weird mud men things that started climbing out of walls and chased you out of the temple. When you got outside the temple and into the main courtyard area, a strange figure jumped from the top of the temple, which sort of scared you a little bit. After landing, he encouraged you to follow him. For some reason you did. I believe Din said it would be a good idea. You got to a cliff. He pushed each of you off the cliff in turn, but not before giving you a small silver feather, which allowed you to fall safely the 200-odd feet to the bottom of the cliff. You then went walkabout with this particular shadowy pale elf figure, and after setting up camp, he had vanished. The next morning, you continued to walk along. The next night, he reappeared and talked to you a little bit more and revealed a little bit more information. You found out his name is Shadow and that he was 3,000, or just over 3,000, well, actually 3,500 years old. And plied some questions, trying to work out what had happened, what the cataclysm was. He was around for it. Did he know what the Okdrast was? Who was he in the grand scheme of things? And you discovered that he was a lunatic. He was a member of a devoted order of a goddess. And that he was around for the cataclysm. You also learned that there used to be 2 moons in Valcia, and there is currently only 1, unless you can't count. You continued walking a little bit longer. The next morning, or a couple of mornings later, after talking to Shadow for a couple of nights, he gave Din a fancy bow, which is very shiny, and then disappeared. Actually, like, physically disappeared, not just wandered off. A couple of you went to investigate the town that you were heading towards, which, for some reason, I have completely forgotten the name of.
Norfall. Which I only remember because I'm literally looking at the map right now.
I just pulled up the map so I could look at it. You were traveling to Norfall, which was the stronghold of the Dragonkin people, which was Rogar's people. Rogar, for those who may not have watched the campaign this far, was an old player character. When you got there, you discovered the entire village was missing. And I don't mean the people, I mean the entire village was missing, and in its place was a forest clearing covered in a thin layer of water. There was some explosions heard. The party was split at the time the party regrouped. It turns out Din's bow makes a loud booming noise. And you were deciding what to do next, and you decided to head to the halls of Thorum, which are just north of Norfolk. It's a dwarven stronghold, and that's where you decided to go. On your way to the ruins of Flagra, which apparently houses another of the Okdras, which you've decided you want to collect. I also failed to mention the Temple of Alisar was completely encased in liquid stone moments after you left it. So
Oops.
that was lucky, I guess.
Hopefully we
Yeah.
didn't inadvertently kill thousands of people.
Away.
I mean, they're not dead yet. They'll just be starving to death over the next weeks.
Yeah, you're on a clock, people. You're on a clock.
Wait,
Yeah.
we are?
So you're currently at Norfolk. You've been spending a fair bit of time there because you were investigating the area to see if there were tracks or anything, like where did all these people go, what happened to the village. You'd made some assumptions, maybe whatever happened to the temple happened here but with water instead of earth.
There was like a flood thing.
Possibly. It does look like the river had flooded. You weren't
So
there.
descriptive.
You can't say empirically. You can't say empirically that.
It's really hard
was
to
a
be a
flood.
forensic scientist in
Maybe
a
there
world
was.
with magic.
Yeah, you'll note that I didn't say a flood. I said a flood thing. There was a flood-like event.
Flood thing. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. But yeah, so you're at Norfolk. You
Water
spent a
happened.
bunch of time here, and the party has still. I think you've decided, but I'm not sure. What's the plan here? Are you heading?
I remember something about
Thorum?
Thorn
I mean-
Falls,
We
but
should,
I don't remember what.
yeah, maybe we should kick back
Just
into
going there.
back into character here and re-have the discussion that we've all forgotten from last time.
It's probably not a terrible idea.
Before we do that,
It's just
as
if
I
you don't
recall,
have a different outcome.
the only goal for going to Thorum Falls was to sleep in a bed before we headed further north, right?
And drink something.
We didn't.
Yes.
Right, and
Didn't you want to take some
restock
time
on
to
hard
like?
liquor.
Right. That was the whole reason for going to Thorn Falls, and then we're headed up to
To
the ruins of Flagra.
Gesundheit.
The ruins of
Flagra.
Flagra. Yes.
Flagra. I got it.
The ruins of
Right,
foie
because we
gras.
want because we want the dwarven sneeze stones.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't
it's
foie
where
gras
the
French?
next-
It's very confusing.
It's where the next opera is.
I think it's food. They're having an opera there, did you say?
No, the
No, they're having a
I love
dwarf
the
sneeze.
theater.
Just
The,
The opera and foie gras. We're so highbrow tonight.
how do we? Looking at the map,
And
do
then
we have to
meeting
go
started.
through Thorum Falls? Like, do they have a path through the mountain? These dwarves, or do we have to like do some mountaineering
Yes.
or go a really really far way around?
Well, I mean, you've never been there, but dwarven strongholds typically don't have a single entrance. That would be silly, because then it would be very easy to keep the dwarves inside. So yes, normally there would be other exits, and being that one of the entrances is on this side of the Leranos Mountains, you could imagine that the other entrances may be on the other side.
One might hope.
it's gonna be real interesting trying to
But you
figure
don't
out how
know
to
for
get
sure.
through there.
We came with a dwarf.
Yeah.
I do not know for
We're
sure.
gonna
But right now,
We're gonna hope
we're in
that somebody
Norfall.
Thorin Falls can get us through.
We're in what used to be
And
Norfall.
everyone is gone. Right.
Yeah.
And I don't remember. I
Everyone
don't
and
actually remember
everything,
the conversation
right?
that we had last time.
I remember that Brieg was really mad at Harbeck because Harbeck was being insensitive because he wants a bed. But I don't remember the details of the argument, and I don't remember Harbeck's point, but I think I probably disagree
Brigg
with
was
him by
upset
now.
because we were leaving yet another problem. Brigg was upset because we were leaving Alisar after basically making the temple
Well, so
whatever it did.
We saw that nobody was at Norfall. We ran back to tell you, like, hey, nobody's at Norfall. We should go and investigate. And you were like, I just want to go to bed. And then I was like, there are thousands of people that might be dead. And that's your response? You're a sociopath. And then we fought, and then you were like, okay, I'm sorry. And then we went back to Norfall, and we were investigating. And that's when we found that it was, like, all wet, and there are no footprints leaving.
But if they're already
I don't
dead,
remember what we concluded about that.
why should we waste our time finding them?
Wait.
Well,
I'm,
we don't know
I'm
if they're dead. They're just not
so-
here.
We are searching for... Well, I'm searching for... I don't know if you guys are. You're looking for the God Orb things, but these rings that correspond to the elements... Shadow told us that there are likely... Or no, that there are 4, because he only says things that he knows 100%. That there would be water, fire, which we lost already, and earth, I imagine.
We lost one.
So is
We
it
assume the fire
possible
ring was in the
that-
box
Assuming it
that
was in the
fireballed us.
box
Right.
that the cat people stole.
So maybe
and
there
that we
was a
never
ring here
went back
that
to get.
like tidal waved Norfall.
It's feasible, and it's also possible that something related to the stone ring is what happened in Alisar.
Wait, does your ring create windstorms? Can we summon up a tornado and level a city with yours?
Or smash a witch.
I could put it on, but it could be dangerous. That
seem
doesn't
to
usually
recall
bother me.
That the elder of the bird folks said that it gives control over elementals of a certain type, right? So perhaps
Right.
somebody managed to find and control a bunch of water elementals, but that does, I mean, none of that explains where all the
Wait,
people and their belongings are.
Well, water
were
flows downhill.
Were we being chased by earth elementals in the temple? I mean, when we ran away, there were earth elementals chasing us, right?
Aye.
Yes.
So does that mean somebody in the temple had the ring? The earth ring?
It's
But-
feasible.
That
Does
would
that
be
mean we have
a
to go back
safe
there to get it?
assumption.
No, I don't know if
At
we
some point-
need
Have
the
to
rings.
is-
We only took the rings. We need the God Orbs is what we need, right? I don't think we know what we
Perhaps.
need. We just
Well,
want
there are a lot of
or
things.
think we...
If we...
Maybe we're just collecting things so that bad guys don't have them.
That's-
you guys. What if
that's
we
it.
were
The
the
only
bad
thing we
guys?
know for sure... The only thing we know is that there is another God Orb at the ruins of Flagra. Fleet.
Foie gras.
Right?
Flagra. Foie Flagra.
Flagra, yes. So we need to get
So
through the mountains, so we should head to Thorn Falls.
is what we think happened here that some sort of supernatural flood washed an entire settlement of several thousand Dragonborn out to sea, and they're all just gone?
The best way to investigate that would
Maybe
be to
the
travel
water
toward the sea.
elementals picked them up and took them somewhere. There's a
So
river.
perhaps
We
we
could
should-
check a river.
Perhaps we should follow this river down a bit and see if we see any signs of, settlement,
I would imagine
ruins.
That's the
that
opposite
if an
direction
entire
that we were
city
planning on
floated
going.
down this river, we wouldn't have to go very far before we found signs that an entire city floated down this river. Like torn off trees, broken rocks, bits
Yeah,
of
we could
city
probably just go
tangled in the
to river
underbrush.
and examine it.
You had travelled up the river, and there had been no indication of any rubble, any structures, any bodies, nothing. Even the ground, it didn't look like downriver had flooded from this location, which is why it's strange.
So if that's not it, what else could have happened?
Maybe they evaporated.
What else could have
Perhaps
actually happened?
a portal opened from here to the elemental plane of water, and a bit of that plane came here, and that's why it's wet, and a bit of this plane went there, and that's why it's gone.
You never like my ideas, but my ideas are almost always right.
That's...
I apologize for being insensitive, Din.
Except for maybe that time when I turned the snake into gold. That one didn't work. But a lot of times my ideas work.
I remember that. That was hilarious. The golden bone naga.
If they
Because
evaporated,
maybe
then
somebody came
wouldn't the
by and
water
just
not be
turned
here?
everything into water. But what if they all just got turned into water and now they're in the process of evaporating? I wonder if
Well,
I understand the
that would
process
be-
of evaporation.
That would be sad.
If I think a bit pragmatically, the question is, can we find a clue
If you
here?
glance over, my wolf is probably lapping up a puddle right now, and it could be eating one of the
It could be Rogar.
people who were
that
turned
puddle.
into water.
What if our hypothesis as to what happened might have left a clue where we could verify it? Now that's a useful hypothesis. But the rest of this is kind of philosophical and not particularly useful.
I
And right
we've
about
already
now,
looked
your
around
witch
and I
is
don't.
all to roll a deception check.
We're so good at those.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, I'm
Dice.
Single digits.
Oh, Din, we rolled the same dices.
Yeah, you did
Exact same
exactly the same.
dices.
Hey, look, Tavern is actually good at looking at things.
Tavern. Yeah, he's the only player
Yeah.
that doesn't have perception as his dump stat. Tavern, you hear slooshing and splooshing and an almost inaudible humming.
Hearing
And
inaudible
that-
things is impressive.
guys. The water's living.
Almost
We,
inaudible.
Oh, almost inaudible.
Well, the water's alive! Harbeck is done being
I'm
anywhere
gonna find
where the
higher
water is
ground.
touching him, and has scampered to the nearest dry ground.
And in typical fashion, because of how Roll20 works, I can't move you where I need to move you, so bear with me 1 second. I'm archiving old pages because this adventure has gone on so long that I can't actually drag the player banner to where it needs to be. So I have to archive all of the old adventure pages before I can drag you to the map that you want to be on. Beijing. Yes, that is the correct map. Okay.
Now we zoom out and figure out where we are.
It's so dark in this
Hey, I'm
map.
over here.
Oh, there we are.
is that what I gotta do? Zoom out?
Or just
We're in the
scroll all
top
way to
right
the
corner.
Oh, there I am.
But it's... Oh, I need to zoom out
You are in the top right corner.
because... the
Hey, look,
Discord-
there's a wolf.
There is a wolf.
Oh, hey!
I hope it
Who
likes
has
me,
a wolf.
but not for dinner, like, as a friend.
The wolf?
It hasn't eaten anything that has been made of sentient flesh, with the exception of an ear.
Since we started.
But that was
Which
that was a
would have been
long
fun
time
during our
ago.
first session.
It didn't get a taste for it then.
Yeah. So I think
And the
you're
ear
okay.
wasn't
But that was an
sentient.
elven ear. Yeah. Or the ear itself, I suppose, wasn't. Okay. Anyway.
I held that. That's weird.
Tavern starts fiddling with the vial around his neck. But Tavern, what are you going to do? You've heard this. Nobody else has heard this.
He said out loud, the
They're all
water's
arguing.
alive.
Just tell everyone.
And that's
find-
why Harbeck ran
find
away.
Dry ground. Get. Actually, that's not dry ground. That's me getting closer.
So if I'm to orient myself on this map, we're in a corner. What is toward the center of the map? Like, which direction is the puddle we've
The
been
clearing
standing
is
in?
towards the center of the map.
Okay.
So you're not actually in the puddle right now because you naturally gravitate to areas that don't leave you in toe-knuckle deep water.
Yes. Or worse,
so you're
ankle
sort of
deep.
standing on the edge of the clearing. Yeah. You're standing on the edge of the clearing right now, and you are in the top right. That would put you in the northeast corner of the clearing, so
Okay.
the clearing is southwest of you.
And my vision is obscured as that, like, plants blocking line of sight there?
Yes. Yes, there is some thick foliage in the area.
Thick foliage.
Foliage. It's a good word.
I have things that help with
I like
that.
So, Harbeck, upon hearing that the water is alive, curiosity overcomes
I can.
his self-preservation and fear of all things that are water and not ethanol. It starts to creep around it to peek around the tree. Let me know when I should stop if I need to. What do you mean it's alive?
Harbeck, why are you getting closer to the water?
Well, you said it's alive. What does that look like?
Watch.
I'm trying to
I'm gonna
watch.
Eldritch Blast at the water to see if it reacts.
Hang on a second, Harbeck. I think your vision is incorrect here.
Okay. Is the scale off?
Mostly because it's daytime and
Okay.
I have not enabled global illumination.
Oh, well, there's a thing.
Now you can see, which is what you need to.
Ooh, look, Harbeck,
So yeah,
science.
you see in the center of a portion of the water, you see an unusual spinning metal disc sitting about an inch off the water, surrounded by floating magical runes that are spinning clockwise and counterclockwise, respectively.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, sitting about an inch above the water, and the water is
Do I?
slowly being absorbed up into the portal. Or what you're assuming is a portal anyway,
Into the
because it's a
portal?
spinning, glowing, magical circle.
Do I have control of the wolf? Can I bring him with me? I couldn't grab him.
I have not given you control of the wolf, but I need to. Hey, Wolfie. You are a generic token controlled by Din.
Well, that's unusual.
That adds some credence to your theory about an interplanar transportation, doesn't it?
I suppose it would. Do it.
Tabern cast Dispel Magic on the portal.
That is a
Why would you do
large...
that?
Crackling
But
energy
last time
erupts
I
around the
waited,
target,
bad things
disrupting magical
happen.
energies. Okay, you need to do the rolly thingy.
Yeah, doesn't that come with like a roll?
Right,
And
the
then,
charisma check.
Oh.
That was the wrong direction.
yeah, it would have been
Did not
16th
think
level
that's- yeah,
spells
the
or
wrong-
something, right?
If you had
13th
advantage
level.
on
If I had had advantage.
Third.
Yeah.
it is, that's third level
So
spells
that's-
or something.
Yeah, third level spells. Tabern, as a third level spellcaster, can you open interplanar portals?
No, I cannot.
No. No, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot an arrow to observe what happens to it. I'm not like trying to damage the spinny things. I'm more trying to shoot it in to see if it disappears or if it just like flies through and splashes on the
Well,
other
that's a
side.
good plan. If there's something on the other
you
side, let's
knock-
make sure we make it angry so it comes out here.
As you knock and draw your bow,
You're just throwing rocks at it
the water on
instead of shooting.
So the portal's sitting about an inch off the surface of the water, and the water seems to be slowly being sucked up into the spinny circular thing that you assume is a portal. That makes sense. The water is sort of like cut off at that plane, about an inch off the top, but it has just started bubbling up.
Bubbling up, like, out of
And
the
as
top
it
of the
starts
thing
to bubble
now?
up- Yes, it is now bubbling up out of the top of the thing, and as you see it
So this is
bubbling up
before
out
I
of the
actually-
top of the thing,
Before I actually loose the arrow,
yes,
right?
you notice. Yes, you have not yet loosed the arrow, and as you stand there, the water sort of swirls up and starts to rise out of the top of the portal, and you see a figure standing on the portal. Oh, look at that
Sometimes I
preemptive
make
initiative roll.
assumptions.
Let's. You may remember this figure.
Wait, we've seen this lady before.
Yeah,
Oh.
she was in the
I may have
temple
said
with the
I said
dude.
this out loud.
Wait,
I know-
not in the temple. Where was? Yeah, in the temple with the dude, right?
In
And the
the
dead palace?
crypt,
Yeah, with
we
the
fought
crazy
the
invisible
invisible guy.
dude.
We slung him into the wall with physics. Wasn't she in there?
I
Yeah,
don't
you
remember
thought-
doing that.
Yathan.
Don't remember going down. Ethan, yes, you're exactly right. You were in
Yeah,
the
she's like
town
in-
of Kanesh.
Yeah.
In the town of
It was
Kanesh,
like the
Oh.
necromancer,
you went looking for the
dead
elder,
necromancer
and
dude.
went down.
Right, the invisible guy that was
Wait,
slung
wait,
into the
Totally
wall.
invisible and
You
made of
knocked out that guy with the rope.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was she a good guy or a bad guy?
Bad guy. She tried to kill us all. She's like an evil elemental water demigoddess thing.
Oh, okay, great.
Yes. She is the god of drowning and waterous calamities, as Rogar pointed out with his knowledge of religion. But you instantly recognize her, so go ahead and roll initiative.
That is my least favourite way to think about possibly dying. I'm not a fan. Where's the
The
initiative
goddess of
button?
drowning. This is like Harbeck's nightmare. So, cue
Do I get
melodramatic.
an initiative bonus?
Uh-oh.
Do I get a bonus to my
preemptive
initiative? Because I preemptively rolled my initiative. Like I won the initiative check to roll initiative. Does that mean I get a bonus?
No.
I'm just kidding.
You actually won anyway. You won anyway, so yes, we're going to go with that. Cue melodramatic monologue as she rises out of the water and raises her hands and says something along the lines of, "Ah, we meet again." You see
Arrow.
water start bubbling up in several locations. Here, and here, and here, and here, and here.
Holy crap, that's a
And
lot of
stop it.
locations.
Stop it.
And here.
Brig,
That was many locations.
we should have gone
Yeah.
to Durham's Falls
Or run.
and not
We
investigated.
just lost. We just lost.
Oh, yeah. Brig?
I'm going to call him back. He like fully disconnected there. That was strange.
Tamarin. She's a god, right?
Was it just me that
Yes.
decided should not be playing anymore?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
you just disconnected and
That was
Booted.
weird.
Now, she's a god, right?
Of water,
So, yeah.
death, drowning.
Great. And
a demigod, apparently.
I'm a dwarf who is pretty good at making beer and punching things. I think probably the relative power levels
don't-
here might. This isn't
Maybe
good.
you can turn her into beer.
Wait,
If she holds still for a few days in a barrel,
So we just gotta get her to a place where all she can do is hold still. And I have a magic rope. We're gonna be fine.
Uh, yes, Tabern. Yes, she does.
Brig,
It is Briggs. Briggs going to be starting the turn off. He has first action. Brig, what are you going to do?
we need Super Brig.
Well, as soon as she appears, like as soon as I see her ugly face and recognize it, I'm gonna shoot this arrow that I had knocked at her stupid face,
Stupid
Uh,
face.
because that seems like a thing that I should do, doesn't it?
Yeah. At this point, I should also point out that you recognize her because you fought her in the crypt, and that will hit for. Whoa. I just lost roll 20. 1 second.
He rolled
First,
58
decided
damage.
that I shouldn't play, then rolled. Yeah, hurry, quick, clear the chat.
Quick, clear the chat. Wait, only the DM can do that.
Definitely 15 damage.
49.
Are there any mods in chat?
Okay.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah, me. So you recognize her from the crypt, right? Beneath Kanesh. You recognize
Yes.
that she tried to freeze you all and she tried to wet you all, and it was not pleasant at all. And Brig is probably a little scared of her. But another part of you recognizes her as well. You know who she is. You know what she's capable of. You know that she has ties to certain other evil gods that you are not a big fan of. And you get a little mad. Or start to get a little mad anyway. Okay, so you shot her with an arrow. The arrow passes through the swirling waters around her and seems to connect, but with little effect.
That's fair.
Din.
Well, okay. I'm gonna shoot her with my new fancy bow and see what happens.
Oh, right, yeah, the longbow of boom.
And my fancy metal arrows. Might as well bust out the nice stuff for company.
Oh, wow, you're using all of the fancy things.
For company.
Unfortunately, the longbow of boom firing, thundering fancy metal piercing arrows. Unfortunately, the arrow, as it starts to pass through the wall, the almost wall of water shimmering around her, is deflected and flies harmlessly past her.
What? No boom? Rude. Harbeck, our science was not very good. Maybe it only works with trees.
Is this really what we're gonna do? Okay. Harbeck,
She just appears out of water. You want to run away?
aye. alike to be alive.
Where are we gonna go?
Harbeck pulls 2 vials from his belt, stands in the front where he can absorb the brunt of the damage for all the people that hurt things, and throws back the 1 dose of the suspicious brew from the Artificers Guild in Veer. The one that extends my punches to be ranged punches, and an Iron Fist draft for extra tree-shattering damage, and readies his fists. All right, if this is
she's
what
not
we're
a tree.
doing, let's do it right. And that will be Harbeck's turn.
Okay. And then it's Ethan's turn. 1 second, I've just got to write something out here. Okay. We are down to Ethan's turn. Okay. She sweeps her hands in an upwards motion, gesturing towards 2 of the bubbling puddles closest to you. And... Boop. Boop, but that's not the noise that happens when they appear, by the way.
They don't go boop.
Rats.
Are we being
They're
attacked
much less threatening when they go boop.
by Donald Trump's toupee right now?
Yeah. Shush. Out of the water, 2 different looking beings arise. One that seems to be made purely of water, and it is just like water-taken shape. It has a huge club-handed appendage that it looks like it wants to swing at you. And the other one appears to be a merman, or it looks to be merman-esque in the fact that it has a human upper body, but the bottom half of it is just a swirling vortex of water, and it's wielding a trident and has a massive claw on one of its arms. And they rise out of the water and lunge at you.
That's why I stood in the front.
And at you. So, big club-handed, scary water elemental is going to swing its big club-handed thing at Harbeck. Will a 14 hit you?
No.
The rotund dwarf nimbly dodges out of the way. And the other one is going to attempt to, at best, impale Din on a trident.
Ooh.
An 8 is definitely going to miss. And then we're going to move on to Tabrin's turn.
Right. Well. Can't get around these trees.
I mean, you can push yourself through the undergrowth, it's just you'll lose vision.
Well,
And
it's
it's
like
hard
half
going.
speed through these trees, probably.
Yeah.
So I could probably get to here. That was 3 squares.
Okay. And you should have vision out from there.
Yeah. First, I will Eldritch Blast this one in front of Harbeck
Okay.
with the first bolt.
A 24
24 to
hits
hit.
for 11 force
11
damage.
damage. And push it 10 feet away from me. So down,
Like that?
yep. And then I would like to send the second bolt at Yathan. 21 to hit.
Good damage if that gets through.
Okay, the bolt managed to make it through the swirling vortex of water surrounding Ethan and connects solidly with her.
15
any other
damage
actions for you?
and pushes 10 feet.
It doesn't push. It connects, but it doesn't push.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Are you going to be taking any other actions? I know that you have all sorts of fancy, funny... Oh,
That's
okay.
it.
Brieg! Brieg, what is Brieg going to do?
How angry is Brieg feeling at the moment?
Pretty angry.
All the angry?
Like,
Probably.
Like
Brieg angry or
I
like
should be afraid of being in his way angry?
Brieg angry?
He's Brieg angry.
Well, unfortunately, Brieg is not quite fast enough, even with all of his roguishness, to get up there and stab her in the face. So instead, I'm going to come stop over here and stab this guy that is next to some of my allies so that I can be sneak attacky on my way to killing her.
Okay.
Yeah, like this. You ready for the dice vomit?
From it. Go.
Well, that's a lot of dice.
Yeah.
So many dice. And an 18 will hit.
So many ones and twos.
And that would be the offhand.
Wow, respectable offhand damage.
Yeah, I did pretty good at that. Angry Brieg runs up and stops halfway to murder a thing before, and then kind of turns and glares at the water witch over his shoulder.
Sorry, I just had to do some math in my head, and I am terrible at math. Okay. Din, you feel an itch on your shoulder.
Uh-oh.
That's it. Your shoulder's just itchy.
Okay. Where did Brieg go? Oh, why'd you go there, Brieg? Why didn't you go stab the big thing?
He couldn't make it all the way there.
I couldn't
He's
get
stopping
the
off for
thing.
a
I
brief
made
detour.
A big speech about how I was too slow.
A brief stabbing detour for like 40 damage.
You have high dexterity, right?
Yeah, he even has the feat for dodging whatever you're about to do.
Okay, good. Except I think you will still take half
Bring it
damage,
on.
so maybe I shouldn't do that.
No, I don't.
You don't?
I
Okay,
am
great.
so good at dodging that I don't even take half damage.
Okay, awesome. Well, first, Wolf is gonna he's not gonna move yet. Okay, so I'm gonna shoot this guy with this.
If that wolf wants to close on the water witch, that would be a good idea.
Yep. But he's gonna wait until after I shoot lightning.
I remember that was exactly the roll you weren't supposed to make. Like, exactly the roll you weren't supposed to make.
Oh, yeah.
Remember we were talking about it before we... I seem to remember.
I don't always follow instructions.
And then I need to roll a saving throw.
Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
Okay. So he's going to take all of the damages, and then this guy will take, yeah,
Do I need to roll a save?
maybe a point and a half.
You do. You need to roll a save. Also, Harvick, you will also have to roll a save, because you are within 10 feet of the intended target.
Rude.
You what? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
just 2
dude.
squares away.
But what?
I thought you were back far enough back.
I'm going to take all 3 damage.
You're gonna take a whole 3 damage.
Oh, man.
Okay.
All 3. I didn't even save for
Anything
half.
Yeah, the wolf's gonna move his full move towards Chica over here. I don't know how far he goes. 30 feet? 15, 20, 25, 30.
Except that as you instruct him to head in that direction,
Oh, ha!
he grows in size and manages to make it the entire distance.
Ooh.
What happened? What? He's never done that
He
before.
got awesome.
Harvick, it's now your turn.
Harbeck glances quickly at Din's tattoo and then closes in here.
Din's tattoo is glowing fiercely right now.
Yeah, I thought that might
it
be the
was
case.
shimmery and rainbowy and very pretty, but now it's like glowing fiercely. And Harvick, what are you going to do?
See it under my cloak.
So
It's glowing through your cloak, like it's actually visible.
Harbeck has taken
Yeah,
all
so
of
you
his
put it
performance-enhancing drugs, and now he's going to perform.
He hopes.
We're
Do all of the
going to
punch
start
things.
unloading on the by now heavily wounded, I hope, merman. And you let me know if he falls over at any point during the onslaught, and Harbeck will gladly switch targets.
Okay.
So there's one. Crit for 29. I'm Brig.
Nice.
Bam!
Yes. Have you ever punched like a balloon full of water?
No.
And it just goes poosh.
It just explodes, and the water just falls to the ground in like raining droplets. That just happened. Okay, first
Yeah,
attack done.
make him Brig look bad.
Next.
28 damage.
Left fist comes across at the big water puddle. And, you know, if I need to use, I've got like the 10 feet of extended range on these punches. If I need to use that to get like a jawline or something, we can do that. Oh,
You're
13's
using
not great.
That one as well. You're using that one as well.
Yeah, he drained.
I drank all of the
he
things
drained
first
all of his
round.
performance-enhancing drugs.
Okay. All right. Yep.
Well, that wasn't as good.
Versus Goddess merits all the buffs.
Yep.
Who'd have thought?
So we're going to just keep swinging. I got 2 more coming.
Oh,
Sad no
the
advantage.
If only.
Sad no advantage. So it looks like probably 1 hit for 12 is my guess at those rolls. 13s and 14s probably don't hit this thing.
13s and 14s do not hit, unfortunately. But that is going to be all Harvick is doing this turn.
Yeah. Yep. Just
I think that
Okay.
Harbeck might have done exactly the same amount of damage that Brig did.
yes.
A 29 and a 12. Isn't that exactly what I did? Yeah.
I think so, yeah. It's now Ethan's turn. As she tries to raise her hands and gestures towards 2 more of the bubbling puddles, the wolf is consistently harassing her and making it difficult for her to focus on whatever she is doing. However, she does manage to maintain her focus, and that means...
Boop. More bad guys.
Boop. 2 more of them rise out of the water puddles, and they're 2 more of the big, clubby, thumpy things. And that's going to be it from her. Tabern, it's now your turn.
I'm contemplating something stupid.
Yes. We love stupid.
I look over at Harbeck and Brig and say, I may need your help. At which point, can I use a move action to inflict 1 point of damage on myself?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay. At which point, I am going to use my class feature of Misty Escape and teleport 60 feet.
Yep.
But I'm going to do it in such a way that I'm going to be above Yathan in the air.
Okay.
And as I'm falling down, I'm going to cast a spell, Blight, on Yathan. So it's not going through the vortex, but straight down on top.
Okay.
Whoa! That's brutal.
Holy crap.
Okay. DC 17. Ew.
Constitution.
Ew.
Splat.
That's what I rolled.
That's not enough.
Oh.
It's not enough. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. I was not expecting that, but that's okay. She's still standing. But you do hit her right in the top of the dome with a blast of necrotic force, and it seems to greatly upset her. But you then start falling towards her because you are up in the air, like 40 feet. So,
Right, I essentially...
we'll resolve that on your next turn. Brig.
The time has come. Brig uses his bonus rogue action to disengage from that water elemental, and then goes super crazy Brig and runs and like plants a foot on the rump of the giant wolf and leaps into the air because in the air is the place to be, and mid-leap splits into three people and completely surrounds Yathan and just goes murder face on her face.
Harbeck looks over as Brig runs into the middle of the fight. He's like, "Lad, you'll be flanking them, I guess. Never mind. Do you go?"
So you have seen this happen once before. Last time Brig got super angry, it was when Kurtlemock was in the room. This is Brig's anti-deity attack, apparently. Because I need one of those.
Now he's
Anyway.
flanking himself? Is that a thing? Can you flank for yourself?
Yeah. I'm about to dice bomb it many, many times. Are you ready?
Oh.
I should point out at this stage that the wolf is doing an exceptional job of harassing.
Oh, so advantage.
So that was a
well, he
27
already-
to hit.
He already gets
By the
advantage
way,
on
you rolled
every
a one.
roll.
Yeah.
But you also get your sneak attack because she is completely distracted.
Awesome.
So this is going to suck for me, but this is what happens.
Smash, smash, smash!
And
I
then
need
some
math.
offhands.
What
Well,
just
let's
happened?
finish rolling them, and then we'll add them all up at once.
Yeah.
Brig dumps out every die he owns on the table.
Okay,
and
so
still
that's
borrows every other
70,
place.
Does 17
for
hit? That's what we
first
need
three
to know.
attacks. No, I have advantage, so that's a 33. That was a crit. That's 17.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. All of the
So
things hit.
76, 86, 95 plus 11, 106 damage.
6.
106. Okay, as you lunge forward and attack from 3 sides, lunging through her, and all of your daggers connect, she explodes in a shucky ball of water and sort of spirals down into the portal and vanishes. Tabrin is now falling into an open portal, and Tabrin, yes, falling straight down towards the portal, and Brieg is in midair in the center of the portal, and Brieg's 2 clones disappear at the end of the turn, and, yeah.
Tabrin yells out, "The ring!"
Help.
Yeah, the ring is not enough information.
Din, it's your action.
I am too stunned to move, so the wolf is going to attack this round. That guy. So many things just happened.
Okay, the wolf fights him. What is it? Oh, for 9 damage. Okay, and now roll a 1d20 plus 12 for me.
Okay.
A natural 20. Yeah, okay. The wolf manages to, and you're not sure how he's managing to do this. There's obviously some magic at play here, says the DM about the wolf that just grew 3 sizes and...
Her wolf grew 3 sizes that day.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
He's latched on, as in, like, actually latched on, has bit and latched on to that water elemental.
That's impressive.
Harvick, it is your turn. Let me
What's
set
going to
the
be really
stage.
impressive is when he knocks it over.
You have, yeah, knocks over the water. You have 2 allies falling into the center of a what you assume is a portal, to the elemental plane of water. They're both falling down into the top of that portal. The wolf is
in the
currently
process
latched
of
onto a water
moving
elemental,
into a dive.
and you just saw a deity get exploded by a triple Brieg. What are you going to do?
Well, Harbeck has a plan. It may not be a good plan, but it is a plan. And he summons the force of his ki and his attunement with the elements to take on the aspect of the wind. Step of the Wind lets me spend a ki to disengage as a bonus action like a rogue. How far can you disengage? Is it just 5?
No, it's 15 feet.
Great!
Yep.
So, Harbeck, let's disengage to here. And then we'll move to just the edge of the portal.
Yep.
And with my 10-foot ranged punches, I will attempt to shove both of my friends out of the way of falling into the portal. We're going to go for, like, I don't know if I need to roll damage, but, like, if we could do, like, non-lethal slap damage and just try to shove them both out of the way. I get 2 attacks, so here we go.
Unfortunately, because of the nature of the force punch, bruise, and what you've... Basically, all of the drugs that you have managed to induce, your punches are like an actual force punch. You can't... Yeah, it won't work if you just...
I can't
try
pull
to
the punch.
gently push them out of the way. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
You have to punch them. So,
Well,
the first punch...
bruised is better than fallen into an alternate dimension, so we're going for it. We're going to go Tabarin first,
Okay. Okay.
because that's the direction I was traveling. And and then we'll turn and try and slap Brig to safety as well.
13 life-saving damage.
and 14 life-saving damage. So both of you have been
This
hit
is how we
by...
save people.
Both of you have been hit by a punch, a force punch. I'm going to get both of you to make a reflex save to see if you can roll with that punch and try and secure some lateral momentum with it. So
Can I
let's get a
really
reflex from both of
reflex
you.
while free falling? Alright.
So
Roll with the punch
reflex is
while you're
basically
doing
like
body moves.
a force is hitting you, and you're seeing if you can react quickly enough to like use that force.
Ride
push
it to
off of it
freedom!
and not end up in the.
Brig, you managed to sort of absorb the punch and get pushed 5 feet. Tavern, the punch hits you and spins you head over heels, but does not change your angular momentum.
You were going to
You
hit
continue to fall
the elemental
straight
plane of
down.
water in a beautiful swan dive. Now you're just going to hit it in a belly flop.
Yeah, something to that effect. Okay, the water elementals. Oh, that was a phone vibrating. The water elementals. The first one is going to swing at Brig. Will a... No, I don't hit you, never mind. Seriously though, my rolls. The second one is going to move towards Din and a 23.
No, yep. That will hit me.
As you see the clubbed fist coming at you, you feel a warmth wash over you, and all of a sudden you find yourself ankle deep in water standing next to the portal.
What?
Uh,
I don't know what's happening.
and the last one.
Did your wolf just like teleport you around so you didn't get punched or something?
Yeah, I think so. I think he just
And-
traded places with me.
The last
That's
one
cool.
is going to swing at Harbeck, who is awfully distracted, but I'm guessing a 10 won't hit you.
Nope.
So you get missed. All right, Tavern. What are you
As
going
I'm
to do?
falling,
Can you do
Yes.
the teleport again? You just took
I-
damage.
yeah, I wish.
You're
a
gonna
split
contemplate for
second
the
of
last 2
thinking
seconds
maybe not
before
the
you-
smartest thing to do. Tavern, as he's falling, attempts to quickly grab Stormcaller and put it on. As he's
Oh.
doing so, he's concentrating on all his energies to
Oh,
gather wind to push him away from the hole of this portal, hoping that maybe it might work.
okay. I was not prepared for this. Hang on.
He's going to spend a half
I
a
wasn't
second
prepared to fall
contemplating how
into
bad
another
an idea it
dimension.
was to teleport himself above the portal.
Roll an Arcana check for me, please.
Will do. That is that one there. Be a good one. It better not. Okay, that's better than the other way.
15. Okay, I am going to say that you managed to get the ring on moments before you would hit the surface of the portal. And I'm going to say that you don't have a lot of time to try to activate the ring through thought or whatever else. You hit the portal and vanish from sight.
Dang it. I was hoping this was going to be like the Mission Impossible where he's falling and then just stops hovering above the floor.
The The portal just rejects him because he's an air friend with the ring on.
You find yourself, you desperately try. You put it on just before you hit the surface of the water, and then you just vanish as you hit the surface of the portal.
Oh.
Brig.
Angry Brig is angry. Normal Brig might have taken a second to be worried about that, but Angry Brig just needs to murder things.
32.
It's an 8.
It looked like a 20.
The 19 made the 32, and then
28
the 8
points, right?
is like leaning on the 3.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, and the second one.
Except for, sorry, that was too much damage though. Let me.
Yeah.
Oh, that probably didn't even hit. So
It just doesn't hit. I'll just say it doesn't hit. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Din.
I'm gonna let the wolf attack again because I totally don't know what's happening.
Okay.
So
the wolf
whatever.
actually still has hold. The wolf actually still has hold of. Yeah.
And he
So,
carried it over when he teleported.
Roll your attack. Yeah, it took him over.
He took him with him,
Yep.
so he's just gonna bite him some more, but doesn't actually have to attack again.
As he worries him.
Nom nom nom.
Okay. And you see like as he sort of shakes the elemental seems to be losing substance. And he manages. I need a 1d20 plus 12 from you again, please. A natural one would have beaten me. I rolled atrociously. Okay, so you managed to maintain hold. Harbeck.
Yeah, Harbeck's ready to pummel some water beasts. Let's get this situation controlled. So bring in the left hook. Does 17 connect?
Yes.
Do these things have key? I hope they do. Because I'm going to disrupt it with the force of my blows. Needs a con 15 or be stunned.
I rolled a 15. Okay.
So you win that tie, right? Because that 15 was the target?
Yes.
Sad day.
Yeah.
Then I will continue punching him. I was going to leave and punch something else for a while. But that's okay. Pow! And pow!
20 will hit. And
15 probably
15 will
doesn't.
hit.
It will?
15 does hit.
Nice. And one more pow.
Sploosh.
Oh, wait, that killed
You
him?
don't need the one more.
Then
Yeah, you splooshed him.
I'm going to run over here and do the one more on this guy.
Okay.
And I
Which
think
is 15 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that was all of my
It's
key.
official. Fully drugged Harbeck is our DPS.
Yeah, fully drugged Harbeck is pretty strong, actually.
He's outdoing Super Angry Brig, except for my one turn of Super Saiyan.
Tavern, we'll come back to that. Brig, it is now your action.
Murder Brig.
Squish.
Good work, Big. I softened him up.
I don't. I don't have enough move to get over to the other one.
Even with your sneaky rogue action.
Oh yeah, I forget sneaky rogue action sometimes. I mean, I've got plenty of move. I'm a
You know
rogue.
that thing that
I
lets
forgot.
you move the entire length of the dungeon because you're a rogue?
Yes.
So apparently you move quicker.
Stabity.
29. Okay. And then Din.
Okay. Well, the wolf's gonna attack again, and I'm gonna
Okay.
start pulling the magic rope out of my backpack while he does that.
Okay. 10. And just give me one more d20 plus 12. Yeah, you win. So the water elemental, as the wolf continues to shake the water elemental and it seems to tear apart, it gets torn apart and ends up as a bunch of droplets
Smush.
on the ground. And that is the initiative phase over, because everything is dead. Now you just have the swirly portal and the missing Tabern and everything
So I'm
that
gonna
needs
try
to be
throwing-
decided.
One end of the rope into the portal and holding on to the other one, because maybe if Tabern just sees a rope coming out of the portal, he'll grab onto it, and then we can pull it back up.
We need
That's my plan.
to
That's my whole plan. It is the magic rope.
we need to see the result of that plan after a short break.
Yeah, we have run a little bit
Excellent.
over time because
Combat.
technical difficulties
Yep.
and
Good.
combat.
All this
So-
water fight made me need to pee, so that's good.
All right, YouTubes, we'll see you next time. Twitch, we'll see you in about 3 minutes. Don't go anywhere.